shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Recording in progress.
Turn them up a little bit. It's a bit. Catherine, we'll begin with you. Thank you.
Very good afternoon, Tom. This season, we're already seeing a fair bit of you. What have you made to your initial start to the season?
I think I've had an all right start with the minutes I've got. I've tried to give everything, show what I can do. It's been
So far, so good. I think am I right in thinking you were the Academy Player of the Year in 2023? So do you kind of see this as a real opportunity this season to properly break through into the first team squad?
Definitely this year that's the goal. I think after winning that award, the goal was just to try and get into the first team, and I've done that over this pre-season. So the next goal is to get as many minutes on the pitch as possible. Yeah,
you made your debut in the cup game, didn't you, against Manchester City? So what was that like? They don't come much tougher than that.
that was surreal. Just being the occasion was crazy. Like, those are the players you watch on TV when you're younger, and to be on the pitch with them was amazing. So yeah.
Was there anybody in particular that you kind of went head to head with? You thought, oh my goodness, it's so and so.
Yeah, of course. De Bruyne, seeing him and got a nice photo next to him, so it was a good day.
Hopefully you'll be playing more against those calibre of players further down the line. EFL Trophy tomorrow night then. Do you see that as a player as a real opportunity to get some more minutes and really kind of show what you can do?
Yeah, 100%. I think that trophy for all the clubs and all the players, for young players, it's a great chance to try and impress. Show what they can do, get some minutes, get some experience. So yeah, definitely tomorrow's a big chance to do that.
I think because people can be a bit dismissive of it, can't they? But actually it's a really good opportunity for a lot of things, playing time and ultimately route to Wembley.
Yeah, the 100%. The manager and the coaching staff made it clear we're here to win every game. So just because it's not a league game, it doesn't get treated any different. So we're there to win, and that's all.
And as somebody who's knocking on the door for a place in the starting 11, the more you can show of yourself in these games, the more you can put your case to Michael Duff to say, I should be in that starting 11 every week.
Yeah, they've brought in top midfielders in Herbie and Anthony. It's healthy competition. It makes me have to be better. So it's good. Just try and do what I can.
In terms of your conversations with Michael Duff, what is he wanting to see from you this season?
In terms of a young player, is I think similar to any manager. Just I need every training, every game. I need to show that I'm ready to be there, and he can trust me at all times. So that's that, and then yeah.
And then on the pitch, has he got particular things that he wants you to do?
Of course, I think as a young player, expected to be running over everyone all the time. So loads of energy when I come on. And try and show that I'm not a young player almost if I start a game or something like that, show that I'm ready for the level.
Well, that's it, so that you come onto the pitch and nobody would bat an eyelid.
Yeah, exactly.
And in terms of the other players around you, you mentioned a couple of the midfielders who've come in. Who do you kind of talk to, or who do you get guidance from in the playing squad that maybe gives you advice on your game?
I think all of them, but I'd probably say the captain, Hoggy, because he was there last year as well, and he just helps a lot. He's how many hundreds of games, so talking to him helps loads of experience. So just take it all on board and try and add whatever I can to my game.
Yeah, and ultimately further down the line, it's competition, isn't it? Do you see yourself fitting into that Jonathan Hogg kind of role?
I think anywhere in midfield really. I think just anywhere, a 6 or an 8 or 10. Wherever, I'm happy to play.
You just want to get out there. When you are pushing for a place in the first team, how do you kind of cope with that pressure of expectation that you probably put on yourself, knowing that this is my chance, I've got to deliver? Is that quite hard to manage?
Yeah, it's just, of course it's pressure, but that's what you're a footballer for, to try and play it under pressure, play at the biggest stage. The best players play under the most pressure. So I think putting a bit of pressure on myself is a good thing. It makes me demand more from myself. So yeah.
And any targets that you set for yourself this season?
I think it's just, this season is just as many minutes as I can get. That would be good. And yeah.
Well, best of luck with it. Good luck tomorrow night. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks.
Thanks, Catherine. We'll just move the microphone around, and then we'll come on to Zoom with Stephen, who's on the screen there. Steve, we're ready when you are.
Lovely. Hi, Tom. Good to see you.
Hi.
Coming off the back of 2 defeats, obviously a winning start and then a difficult week last week. What's the message been from Michael Duff and from his coaching staff?
Well, yeah, we did have a good start. The 3 wins in a row were great. I think we've shown them what we can do. The new manager, the new coaching staff will come in, so we've set high expectations for ourselves. So the little dip of performance in the last 2 games, they just want more. They know we can be better, so we know what we can do.
Yeah. Gaff has talked about the cups as opportunities for players. You know, he says he doesn't see it as a weakened side. He sees it as giving players opportunities. Is that how the mindset you take into it, you know, really making the most of those minutes?
Yeah, 100%. I'll take any chance I can get. So, like tomorrow, giving 100%, try and show what I can do. I think that's all really.
Is it sort of extra motivation knowing, obviously, unfortunately, Cass is out for a few weeks. Herbie's got another few weeks to go as well. You know, there is a real opportunity there to nail down a place, isn't there, if you can do well?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, the injury's unfortunate, but I just have to take my chance and show that the manager can trust me. And yeah, if I get on, if I don't, whatever happens, just show that I can show I'm ready to be there.
We've seen you in the academy, and obviously you've got, you know, great technique, great energy. You know, you scored from your own half a couple of years ago, didn't you? We've seen that you've worked on sort of the physicality, though, the past few months. Is that sort of a conscious effort you've made to work on that side?
Yeah, definitely. I think that over the last year I've had loads of growth spurts. So coordination and strength has been a big thing that I've been trying to work on. So yeah, loads of extra gym work, extra running, just to try and fill out into my new body almost. And that's helping a lot, and I think it shows on the pitch.
Is that the big difference when you take the step up from sort of academy to first team? Is it the physicality and the time you have on the ball? Are there any other sort of differences you notice?
Yeah, 100%. The physicality is a big thing. I think it's also little, I don't know what the word is, things to do with like game management and stuff like that people have experience, and it's hard to get used to as a young player, but if I can get more used to it, it'll be very helpful.
Is that where you have players like Hoggy and other senior pros that are around you on the pitch? Are they sort of constantly talking you through the game when you're out there with players like that?
Yeah, all the time. Playing alongside those is so helpful, because you've got a voice constantly while you're playing, and that can be the difference.
Are there any areas of the game you particularly want to improve this season? Any personal targets, as Catherine's touched on?
I think playing higher up is definitely trying to add goals to my game. I think adding goals makes you an attractive midfielder, so that's definitely something I'm looking to work on. I've been doing extras in training around finishing and getting into the box, late runs into the box, so that's something, I would like to add. It'd be nice.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck tomorrow. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Steve. We'll finish off with Leon from the Yorkshire Post on Zoom.
Yeah. Hi, Tom. Hope you're well. I was just sort of wondering, it's a boost for you. Obviously, the manager's said that you're in his first team plans, and you could have maybe gone out on loan, something like that, but he sees you as part of his plans in the here and now. What did he sort of say to you over the summer?
He said that if obviously take it as a compliment that I've kept you here. You deserved it over your pre-season, but it's just now that's done. Focus on trying to get into the team, basically, showing that he can trust me and be ready to be a part of the team if I'm needed.
Yeah, it must give you a bit of inspiration as well, looking at how well Brody's done. He's obviously come through the system as well and become part of the first team plans, and it shows it's there for you. If you can sort of develop and impress, you can get hopefully a chance to be a regular.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's great to see how well Brody's doing. Having him in the year above me, all through the academy, has been really helpful. He's sort of done everything I've done first, so he can tell me, talk to me, and help me. So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and he's saying you can play in a few midfield positions. I mean, you probably, like all young lads, you watch all the Premier League games. Is there anyone that you sort of model your game on a little bit, or you set a big spot?
In the Premier League right now, I'm not sure, but my favourite one that's ever played in the Premier League is probably Yaya Toure. I think his size and stature, and he was all-rounded. So yeah, definitely him.
Yeah, I suppose when you're watching games, when you're watching Premier League games, you'll probably watch the midfield as well. You're trying to take little bits and study them, that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I was just wondering, your time at Brighton as well, that must help you technically as well. They've always, got a certain style. They've always had really technically minded and quality players and coaching. I know it didn't quite happen. You came here, but that must have had a big impact on you.
Yeah, definitely. My time at Brighton was great. From 7 to 16, there the whole time. It was really good. Learnt loads. Great people around me there, and yeah, it was nice. It's good.
Yeah, and I was just finally, you've had a it's ticked a lot of boxes this starts this season. It's given you the confidence that you can kick on and hopefully make it a special year for yourself.
Yeah, that's the plan. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Best of luck, Tom.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys. We're back with Martin Paterson at past.
Shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day. Shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Superb. Welcome back, everyone. We'll start with Catherine in the room.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Martin. First things first, obviously we're delighted to talk to you, but just for clarity, where's Michael Duff today? Because I think there's maybe a bit of a perception that due to his red card on Saturday that he's not allowed to speak to us today. Can you just put us in the picture as to what the situation is?
Yeah, I think he just doesn't like you.
Fair.
No.
Yeah, understandable.
I had a family matter pressing today that he had to go and deal with, so nothing that serious, but something that he needed to be there for the family. So he wasn't in today. It's got nothing to do with the weekend or what happened.
Oh,
so
thank you for clarifying that.
But again, constant contact, and he's been very much involved in the session today.
And is he available to be on the touchline tomorrow as well?
I believe so. I don't think there's anything that impacts that.
Okay. The other sort of knock-on effect of Saturday's game at Rotherham was Danny Ward's sending off. Have the club decided to appeal that? Now you've had a chance to have a look at it in a bit closer detail?
Well, we've looked at it. There hasn't been a decision yet, as of yet. I'm not sure what that decision will be. We've had a look back on it, and it doesn't look that there's a lot of contact. But again, sometimes they can use language like intent and whatnot. So we'll make a club decision on that soon, probably the end of play today, and everybody will be aware of that.
Either way, what are the implications of that for Danny Ward? Is he available to play tomorrow or not?
Yes.
He is available.
He's available
so
to play.
Whatever decision you make, it doesn't impact on whether he's selected. Fine.
Not at all.
The other one we wanted to clear up, obviously we saw Rhys Healey pull up during the warm-up and wasn't available then on Saturday. How is he? Has he got an injury that we need to know about?
He's being assessed still. I think it's more of a precautionary action, but I think we have to make sure that we get Rhys into a spot where he can play with freedom, and he's had a few niggles at the moment that has just kept him out of the match 11 or squad. But again, I think it's more niggles than it is massively serious, but now we're putting a protocol together to get him back safely to the field.
Is it groin injury again?
No, this is. I think it's a different area, but I think it's all a product of his groin.
Okay. Does that leave you light up front then? Obviously, good to know that Danny Ward's available, but if Healy's injured, Callum Marshall's away on international duty, as is Josh Koroma, who's going up front tomorrow night?
Well, I asked to play, but the manager said no, due to some of my performances in training. Yeah, it leaves us light for this game, but what is important is it's an opportunity for some younger players to showcase themselves and put on a Huddersfield Town shirt. So out of being short, and some people may see that as a negative, we have got to look to the positives and put some youngsters out there and let them express themselves and be free and compete for a great football club. So it's a positive that we might see some young players.
Is that how you view the EFL Trophy as a coach, an opportunity to give some younger players a chance to shine, if you like?
I think it's a mixed. I think that we don't discredit the competition. I think if we had everybody fit, probably would go as strong as we possibly could. But I think you've got to be mindful of, we have picked up a few injuries here and there, and we have people away on international duty. So we're probably going to go with a lineup that's mixed tomorrow and freshen things up, not out of how we view the competition, just out of necessity really. But again, I think throughout the manager's history, I've been with him at 2 different clubs, he's always looked to sprinkle a few youngsters into this game to develop them, because that's important too.
We saw a couple of the younger players make the bench for the Walsall Cup game. Ashia, Mauricio, apologies if I've not pronounced their names correctly, but are these the kind of players that you'll be looking to tomorrow night and maybe go, right, this is your opportunity for a first team start?
Yes, well, even some of the youngsters have got injuries at the minute as well, so we might not see a couple of those, but it is an opportunity for them to join the first team. They're always training with us. We've always got an integration of the younger players to come and train with us when we do 11v11 practices. So each week we know them all, and we've got no hesitation, nor the manager in his past at other clubs to play young players. So they're ready. We have prepared them today on the training field, and we look forward to a really tough game.
For those that do get the nod, what do you want to see from them as a coach? What are the real kind of things that you're looking for in maybe a debut performance? Yeah,
I think, to be quite boring, the same principles and idea that Michael wants from a Huddersfield Town team. So aggressive, brave, to put them under pressure and to understand that with freedom comes mistakes, and it's how you react to them. So we want them to run hard, work really hard for the football club, work hard for the team, and then with that they showcase their talents and a bit of freedom in the final third. So nothing too different than what we ask of the first team and what we're trying to get to this season.
I suppose for those young lads, so it could be quite nerve-wracking when you first give them that tap on the shoulder and said, right, you're going to be starting tomorrow.
Well, it's generally the first 10 minutes that your legs are like jelly. But we've all been there, and they've got to come through it. You know, if they're going to be in a Huddersfield Town shirt, they're there on merit because they deserve it. And we've spoke with the academy staff on which ones do deserve to play. And if we do select a couple, we're quite excited to see them compete.
Just to go back to the trophy in itself, people can be quite dismissive of it, and fans can be quite dismissive of it. That can be reflected in some of the crowds, particularly in these very early stages. Why do you think it has value as a trophy?
Well, I think it has value because it's another game of football to go and compete and win. And we started well in the league, and then last week we have a little blip of losing 2 games. So this trophy, this game becomes really important because it's an opportunity to go and compete and win again. For the football club, regardless of what competition or cup it is, regardless of what team we select, we're there to compete and play hard.
And ultimately, do you see it as a realistic a chance to get to Wembley, which not many players can say they've done if you get all the way there?
Absolutely, we do. Again, we've got to be mindful that we are carrying certain things, so we won't risk certain players, but the ones that will be selected, will be playing to win and to go as far as we can in the competition.
Last one from me then. Are there any other injuries you can tell us about at this stage? Obviously Healy's going to be missing. Is there anybody else that's picked up a knock that won't be available tomorrow night?
We are monitoring a couple, but it's more senior players that we might just protect. But again, we'll make a decision probably later tonight when I speak with Michael.
Thank you very much, Martin.
No problem.
Thanks, Catherine. We'll come to Stephen from We Are Terriers on Zoom. 1 second, Steve.
No problem.
All good, thank you.
Hi, is it a case of having to be imaginative with shape personnel up top tomorrow?
Not really with shape. Again, I've worked with Michael at 3 different clubs and we've played 4 different formations. So at the moment we're playing 3-5-2, but we've got no qualms in changing it if we have to. But I believe it's more creative with personnel at this moment.
Where do you feel like things over the past couple of games have gone wrong for you? Because obviously you've had that excellent start and then it's been a bad week. Obviously the red cards are a factor, but I think there were concerns before the cards in both games, weren't there?
I think the last 2 performances in moments, and again it's in moments, we've just come off our levels and been punished not only by I don't know if I can say this, the referees, but also we've been punished by the opposition. We also smelt a bit of blood when we dropped from our levels and lost a man, and again at the weekend, key decisions were incorrect, and we got put under a lot of pressure from a really physical Rotherham team. But that's not an excuse. We know that we just dipped our concentration and our quality. So we don't look for excuses. We know today we debriefed the game quite meticulously, went through all the detail, give the players the honesty, but also the positives inside it where we take the lead and should see the game out. So the important thing after football games is understanding why you've lost and quickly looking it in its face and working hard to correct. So that's why another game of football coming up so soon, even though the personnel may look very different, it's important that we get a performance that looks like us. And again, performances will pay you back, so it's not always about the result. I know that sounds ridiculous, but if the performances are collectively good, you'll win more than you lose, and that's what we're looking for, to get a real good style of play and implement what the manager wants from a Huddersfield Town team.
Yeah, I appreciate you'll want the win, but is this game, not being a league game, is it one where it might be you're wanting to see things from the performance more necessarily than the result? Is it about getting back to some of those principles you got into in the summer that maybe drifted?
Well, I think we have to be careful talking about things drifting. It's been a bad 6 days. I think it's important the language we use is that for different variables, one being referee decisions, going down a man in both games, discipline, that might be something that we have to look to ourselves as well, better concentration and discipline. But we have to be very careful. We look at the season and it's very, very short term, but we've had one game in the league that we've lost. So today wasn't a crisis meeting, it wasn't panic stations, it was we need to be better at A, B and C. I won't tell you what they are because it stays in-house. Players accepted it and we got back out on the grass and started to work hard. And tomorrow is just another chance for the second part, the people that unfortunately haven't been picked in the league games possibly to showcase and challenge for a starting spot. So we're looking forward to the challenge. It'll be a tough game against Grant's Doncaster team.
That's the thing, isn't it? You know, a week is a long time in football sometimes, but you do still have, those 9 points out of 12. Is it also a case not necessarily saying, right, this is what's gone wrong, but also showing the players this is what we did better in the first few games. You can do it. Go and do it again. Yeah,
I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's about balance because, like you said before, is it the performance you're looking for and looking for things? Yeah, but ultimately, I work for Michael Duff. We're here to win. I can assure you of that. And Huddersfield Town in this division, we need to win. So we're trying to get a balance of looking like the way we want them to look, but even inside that, when we went down to 10 men at the weekend, can we see the game out? Can we show more grit and more determination to get those 3 points with 10 men? Because sometimes you have to get points with 10 men. So it's trying to get a balance to everything and not forgetting the positives that have happened and the good stuff that we have done, but also being honest to say, we came off it for a couple of games. And I think with the honesty that we have as staff and players, I think we'll be absolutely fine moving forward.
If I can just ask as well about Bojan Radolovic, how far off is he injury-wise?
He's progressing well. It's took him a while to get over a certain issue. Again, I'm not a physio, so I can't give you all the fancy terminologies of what he's hurt. But ultimately, he's progressing well. He's working triple sessions to try and get back out on the grass. So we wait his return. I think he's back on the grass with the ball now. So we're just looking to go in the final stage of his rehab to get him back integrated with the group.
Do you see him as the coaching staff as a player who could do a job for Town this season, who could make an impact in the team this season? Because I think obviously he didn't make a huge number of starts last season. We didn't really see him in the summer because he wasn't out in Austria. But he is still there and he is a good finisher on his day, isn't he?
Well, I think that if you look at the quartet of strikers that we've got, they all have to play a part. What Michael, the manager, wants from number nines, there's high demands of pressure, high demands of working hard for the team defensively, and then, attacking wise, to run the channels, to hold. He's asking a lot from the number 9, so he makes substitutions quite early. Historically, the gaffer's always done that because of the high energy of his style. So yeah, he's going to be an important part of what we do.
That's all from me. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Martin.
Cheers, thank you.
Steve, we'll finish off with Leon from the Yorkshire Post.
Hello, Martin. I've just got a few questions, right? I'm just sort of wondering this. You've got this break at the weekend. You're not in league action. Do you think that might sort of hopefully work for you a little bit? You've obviously got a few senior players out and one or two maybe carrying one or two things.
Yeah, possibly in terms of resting from a game, but I think it's a fantastic opportunity to really push the players physically as well. I think everyone thinks international break and they think, Dubai's pending. Not a chance. It's too early in the season. We've actually put a plan together where the players will do a lot of work from now until possibly a day off at the weekend.
Yeah. How do you see sort of League One this season? Obviously you had your time at Barnsley. You can gauge the division quite well, and your experiences at Burton. I mean, it does look, especially, it's usually always strong, but it looks seriously strong this year.
Yes, the league probably looks a mirror, probably a little bit harder of when I was at Barnsley with Michael as assistant. That was a tough league with Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday in it. This year, the teams that have come down, but not only that, the teams that have come up make the league, I believe, one of the hardest League Ones I've seen for many, many years. But the positives are, when you look at the Huddersfield Town squad and what we have got, everyone always seems to look at what you haven't, but what we have got is a really good group of players. I know the manager's good. So we're in a good place. It's a tough league, but I think we carry a confidence to know that if we continue to push these players and keep working hard, we'll be in a good spot.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you finally, I know at Barnsley, did Michael concentrate a bit on the defenders and you had the forwards? Is it a similar sort of dynamic at Huddersfield? You do little individual bits of coaching or with them as a group, that sort of thing? Yeah,
I think that whatever part of the team is doing the best, I generally pretend that I work with them. And then I say the gaffer works. No, we generally gravitate to where we played as coaches, but we've got a good mix and a good balance to share things out. Obviously, Kev Russell's with us, and again, it's about, especially for us support staff, I call us, we balance off Michael very well. Yes, he's heavily expertise in the defensive side of things, and me and Kev get on with the attacking, and Kev and Andy do a fantastic job on the set play. So it's a team within a team, really. So we don't take claim for anything. We all work together to get the team ready to perform on a Saturday. And then on Saturday, it's generally up to them.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for your time, Martin.
No problem.
Cheers. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you on Tuesday evening.
Shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.